Welcome to CFC Fan TV. We need your help. Alvaro Morata, how do you feel about him? Is he cut out for this league? Will he be a success? We've been debating it. We're both quite confident in him, weirdly. But let us know what you think. Soph, you're not that impressed at the moment.
I'm not. I'll start off with the positives because I don't want to bash him too much. And I know that when you've got so much pressure on you and fans are getting really frustrated, especially on Sunday, you know, a load of men shouting around me, getting really, really mad. But him
Where's this, at Old Trafford?
Yeah, him specifically, not just the team. And I can see they've just reached a point where they're just, you know, just now fuming. And I don't think it's the fact that he can't score goals. That's not the pit right, because they understand that sometimes the goals can come from anywhere else. It's how he's playing. Whenever he gets the ball, falls on the floor. Whenever he gets the ball, falls on the floor. Before I go into that,
it's that look at the ref, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that sort of whiny look at the ref.
What I will say is that I'll start off by saying when he came to us, he had a brilliant start to this. Like he hit the ground running, and I thought he's a fantastic striker. I actually had him down. I did your show and everything that has to be one of the top strikers this season. Maybe that was a little bit too optimistic.
I've lost a fortune on Morata.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I really did think that he was going to be a great replacement for Costa. You know, I thought he was a different style of player, but I thought no, he's definitely got what it takes, and he's showing that, you know, firsthand. He's hit the ground running. When he got injured, when he came back, he's not really been the same. I know he's had a few injuries here and there, but by now, you should be picking up some sort of form. And like I say, it's not the lack of goals that I think is frustrating everybody. Yeah, we need them, and we need a striker that scores goals, but every time he got the ball on Sunday, falls down. And I was really trying to pay attention on Sunday.
It's the physicality that's a problem, isn't it?
Even when he got the ball, defenders don't even need to touch him. It's not like with Costa when they fear him, and you know Costa can try and run round them, or like same like Didier Drogba. You know, he's got that eye for getting in the right space and things like that. Morata's not showing any of that, and I think it probably a lot of it is down to like his confidence.
Can I ask you a question about the two players that you've just referenced?
Yeah.
Are you being slightly harsh on Morata, because the two players that you've just spoken about are the two players that we have been so privileged to watch?
True.
At this style of football, at bullying defenders, at making sure that no matter what happens, the ball ends up in the back of the net.
Right.
Diego Costa, Didier Drogba were arguably the best the Premier League's ever seen for bundling the ball into the net and being strong and being a presence. Are you being slightly unjust to Morata to compare him to the two best that the Premier League's seen?
No, but
but
this is
he has other attributes, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I've had conversations with fans, and Morata is a very different style of player. But you know, and you look at our past strikers, Drogba, Costa, they're all very, you know, aggressive or like strong players that can handle
lead the line well.
They can lead the line, yeah, and they're like I say, they're players. How can I put this? They're players that are hard to replace, but I think Morata has other qualities. Just because he's a different type of footballer doesn't mean that he can't replace our previous strikers. However, his play at the moment, and I don't know how he's not getting it. He obviously doesn't watch what the fans say or whatever anyone says. You cannot go down that easily and look to the referee every single time and think you're going to get something for it. 9 times out of 10, he's more likely to yellow card you for going down too easily.
Well, this is the problem. A lot of the time,
Premier League.
As an incredibly biased Chelsea fan watching from the Chelsea end of the stadium, a lot of the time I don't even think it's a foul.
No,
I just think, what are you doing?
The guy behind me, like I said to you, was like, get up, you guys. No, I obviously won't swear on the channel. But I turned around to him and I sort of looked at him and he was like, I don't like him, because I think he realised he was being a bit aggressive in front of a lady. But it's true, even I was watching it, you know, and I'm just thinking, get yourself into a different space. Like, be more aggressive. You're not, it's not baby.
Okay, so by the way, I don't disagree with anything you've said there, Soph. I think you've hit the nail on the head. But the question I now need to ask you is, what does the future hold?
Well, yeah,
are you confident that he will find form? Are you confident that he has the right attributes to perform in the Premier League and lead the line for one of the teams that are competing to win the Premier League trophy, ultimately, next year, whatever? Yeah. Is he the man to do that, or do we need to start already thinking of alternatives? Hard, isn't it?
It is hard.
Let us know what you think in the comment. I'm going to be really interested in this one.
Yeah, it is hard because, like I say, he started off so well, and I thought you don't need to be aggressive. You don't need to have that sort of temper that Costa had, you know, to do well.
See, I disagree with that. I think you always do. I think even some of the most brilliant strikers, some of the most brilliant strikers, some of the most graceful players who have ever played the game up front that I've witnessed. Let's use Dennis Bergkamp as an example here. Dennis Bergkamp, nobody who would talk about his attributes would ever say his aggression. That's not what he's known for. But Dennis Bergkamp, right nasty player, had it in him to be really, really hostile. And I remember I had a chat, weirdly, name dropping here. I had a chat with Danny Mills once, and Danny Mills spoke about Dennis Bergkamp, saying he was so dirty, so filthy. Ruud van Nistelrooy, another one, incredible striker, such a brilliant eye for a goal. Still had that edge. You know, if you went in for a 50-50, the elbow would be up. You would. He was not. You have to have an element of nastiness in your armoury to lead the line like that.
What I will say is something I noticed on Sunday, which I haven't noticed before because I was really trying to study his performance, seeing what other fans see, because I tend to sometimes just see the good in players and think, oh, don't be too harsh.
That's what I do. Everyone gives me grief for that.
Yeah. But
optimistic Rory.
He has to stop falling on the floor. He has to. That's all I actually reckon. And that's why I wanted to sub him off at half time. There's very few players that I want to sub off at half time.
Very good, Soph.
Did I say half?
You
okay,
changed it.
I did,
Second time you said half.
Half, yeah. There's very few players that I want to be subbed off at half time. He has to stop going down, because if he continues to play that way, no, he will not make it in the Premier League. No, does Sergio Aguero do that? No. It's how he doesn't realise that by now.
There's another example. There's another example of an incredible player, the brilliance of Aguero. I've spoken about it loads of times. There's another player, nasty, has it in him to be nasty. And I think that if I can't really think of a player that has got to the zenith of their game and led a line for a really good team. Say won a Premier League. Let's go with that. Who hasn't got that? Yeah. Eric Cantona, Mark Hughes, Thierry Henry, all big, strong, aggressive men.
Morata's more technically good, I think. So if he could just add that extra element to his game of being just toughening up a little bit, defenders will start to fear him, and then the rest will follow. But it's never going to happen unless he starts doing that, unfortunately, because what I saw Sunday
not good enough.
Was not good, no. And that's why I say if Giroud should have come on at half time, it would have been a different game. And unfortunately, we cannot afford to keep dropping points. We can't. We need to find some run of form somewhere. And if that means playing Eden Hazard up front instead, if that means playing Giroud up front instead, if that means playing, Courtois up front instead, I would rather that happen.
I know. Do you know, I don't actually know where I stand on this. So I think that we should leave it up to them.
Yeah, you guys choose. Let us know. Do you think Morata is strong enough for the Premier League? Do you think he's suited to the Premier League or not? Maybe he just hasn't had enough time yet, but we are nearly through the season, so it needs to pick up some sort of form, and we will see you all soon. Oh, go on, you Blues.